All right, what's going on, everybody? How are you all doing, man? I see you guys in the chat. I see y'all, man. Thank y'all for being here tonight. I hope y'all got the notification. If not, I'm about to share this right now. And I might have to do this every single time. I don't know. We're gonna test it out. But I'm also streaming over on Twitch. We're gonna give that a try. We're gonna see how that goes. Let me know how you guys are feeling today in the chat. Let me make the sound effects. Make sure they're working. We'll see how that turns out. William, thank you for the first super chat of the night, man. Thank you. Hitting us with a 5 already. Get our goal set up here. Simple goal, just support the stream, support the channel. Yeah, I hope UK needs ice. I hope he's doing good too, man. I really do. Oh, yes, we are going to be watching The View. Y'all's favorite show, man. I know y'all love The View. Secretly, y'all watch The View all the time. I know y'all watch it every day. Something about that Joy Behar. You just love that bitch, don't you? Oh, Joy Behar, man. What an evil, decrepit creature she is, isn't she? How are y'all doing, man? We're gonna talk about tonight. First, we're gonna watch some JD Vance-ness. All right, boo, hiss. We're gonna watch JD Vance over here on The View first. We're gonna knock that out. And then we're gonna go over to Antifa rioting in Minneapolis. Getting sprayed with Cheeto dust all day long, man. And then we're gonna go to, what are we talking about? Somalis. A Somali woman, the bananas and rice chick. You know what I'm talking about? The bananas and rice girl. Her case is dismissed, and we got to talk about why that happened, and if we have to worry about that in the future. Just want to throw that back up there. Thank you, William Adams. William Adams for the 5. I just got home, y'all, so that's why we're a little late. But I did have these subjects pulled up earlier, so I was ready to rock. Just came straight over here to the shed, and we're about to get to it. The movie was pretty good. Me and my wife went to go see. We went to go see Scary Movie 6, and it was all right. It wasn't like phenomenal. It wasn't great or anything like that, but it wasn't terrible either, especially if you were a fan of the older scary movies and stuff like that. I enjoyed it. The kills, I say, were probably the worst part about it. I know it's a comical horror movie, but still they can make the kills a little more creative. You know what I mean? Other than that, there was a lot of political jokes. And surprised this, I'm not surprised that there were so many political jokes. I was surprised that so many of the jokes were joking about wokeism and leftist nonsense. Now, a lot of people were disliking the movie because of all the political jokes. But I only think they disliked it because it was making fun of the left more than anything. There was a couple right-wing jokes here and there, and I chuckled at those too. But the left, they hate to be made fun of. Most media panders to the left, and they usually attack Trump or they attack the right wing, right? And that's normal. You see that shit all the time in all these woke movies. But Scary Movie actually made fun of wokeism. I was there for it, man. I was there for it. They were making fun of the transgenderisms, the they them shit, the pronoun shit. They were making fun of them. And I loved it. I love that part about it. So I thought it was a great movie. Yeah, of course they're offended. My wife was telling me, like, people hate the political jokes. I'm like, oh, really? Well, let's see what they say. Let's see what happens. And then I watched it and I'm like, oh, that's why they hate the political jokes. Because this time they're on the other end of the stick. Now they made a couple Republican jokes too, right? There was a couple Republican jokes in there and I just chuckled at them. I was like, oh, that's funny. You know, like one of the main girl, I forget her name. The main character chick, the white girl, she's like, I can't hug you because you're black and I'm a Republican now, so I have to be racist. and then she's like, girl, don't you know we think all white people are racist? And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, hell yeah. And then they hugged. But little jokes like that, it's like we hear it so often from you guys from the left, you know, it's like it doesn't bother us at all. Yeah, we can take a joke. And as a matter of fact, I love right-wing jokes. I love it because it makes me feel like, oh, that's all you got to joke about. And then when you think about it, it's like, it's not even. See, when we're joking about the left, it's actually true, right? The things we're joking about, they were joking about the pronouns and the one of the sheriffs in the beginning of the movie, his daughter transitioned into a boy, and he was still calling her my little girl, and then she's like, I'm a boy now. Right? And he's like, oh, I got to get used to that and whatever. And so I think that was probably the first thing that probably set a lot of people off. But that shit's true. It's like when you transition, we're supposed to just accept it. And the parents, you know, they're just like, oh, fuck this. I don't want to deal with this. And that's kind of what the movie was getting at. Like, oh, my child's trans now? Oh, God. So... yeah, man. Welcome everybody. Welcome. I'm talking about the movie Scary Movie 6. Me and my wife went to go see it. And I'm just saying that the jokes, there's a lot of jokes on wokeism and all that stuff. And the left didn't like it one single bit. But again, there was jokes about Elon Musk and Republicans being racist and stuff like that. And that was all cool. Everything was chilling, man. I was laughing. I was having a good time. No, I wasn't offended even a tiny little bit. But I can tell some people in the crowd out there were a little bit offended by it. I saw some ponytails shaking. You know, there was one girl that was sitting next to her boyfriend I could see, like a little bit to the right of me. And I can see her, like, she's shaking her head. Like, I see her ponytail kind of whipping. And then she's like leans over to her boyfriend and she has a kind of a sass. And you know how you chicks get, man. When y'all have that y'all start twisting your neck a little bit and the ponytail starts flopping around. And she was pointing at the screen and then kind of flopping her ponytail around a little bit. And it seemed like she was really offended or really upset anyways. And I thought it was just hilarious. Yeah, the ponytail flaring. That shit, man, the ponytails, man, they got a mind of their own, an attitude of their own. It's like an attitude amplifier. That thing just be whipping around, man. But we got about 300 people in here, man. You want to go ahead and get into it? Let's go ahead and get this nonsense out the way. We got to talk about The View before anything, all right? You would never give money to Holly Turd? Yeah, I don't like movies that much either way, but I still like having a good time with my family. We got one person on Twitch. Shout out to you over there all by yourself. You can say what's up. I can pull it up on the screen. All right, because we just started streaming on Twitch today. I've streamed on Twitch in the past, like months ago, but now I'm going to take Twitch seriously. I'm going to go ahead and start streaming over there as well. We're not going to stream on X anymore. I'm just going to, It's not doing anything for me. I'd rather just post like normal. So that's it. Arturo, you're the hot topic of today. The other streamers talking. What other streamers? Who was talking about me? Y'all talking about Climatics and Tommy and Manny over here. I see them over here. It is what it is, man. You know, it is what it is. We're just gonna have to deal with it and move on past it. Not let the left get us down at all. I'll check that live stream out later. I'll see what they're up to later. But we got to get to it. All right, we got a lot of things to talk about. I don't want to keep you guys too late. We're gonna have a good show tonight. We're gonna see what's going on right now. But let's get into it, man. So JD Vance went to The View today. Now he also went to Megyn Kelly's podcast today. I was watching that a little bit. Megyn Kelly was kind of being really really aggressive. You know what I mean? There was like hostility there when they were first talking. And I thought it was kind of weird. I didn't watch the whole thing. I want to watch it first and then come back to you guys with my opinion on it. It's an hour and a half. So I'm going to have to actually sit down and watch it. Or we could just watch it later if you guys want. But I saw a couple clips from JD Vance of The View, and this dude was tearing it up, man. Was she rude? Kinda. I say more aggressive. I don't know. I don't think she has that. I don't think she is used to people being on the show anymore. Like, I don't know. I don't understand the way she was kind of interviewing him. It seemed like he was more aggressive than he should be, you know? Oh, Twitch. Let me see. Let me pull it up, actually. I'm not used to Twitch. I just signed into it again. I didn't even remember my password or nothing like that. Let me see. How do I share this? Now I got to get used to Twitch all over again. I only have 19 followers there too. Yep, my channel name is just The Daily Discourse. No spaces, I guess. I'll put it in the yeah, I'm gonna pin this to the chat right here. You guys can follow me on Twitch if you have one. And we can get that going, get that popping. Yeah, I just started a Twitch today, Aunt Colleen. Well, I didn't start it today. I started it months ago, but I never streamed on it very much. But now we're going to go ahead and stream it. Now we're going to go ahead and just live stream it. Why not, right? I tried X for a few months. It's not growing the way I was expecting it to grow. So I'd rather just grow on X the normal way by posting and stuff like that. Having conversations. Live streaming over there doesn't really work the way I want it to. So we're going to go ahead and live stream on Twitch. Start growing that platform. Fresh. We got 19 subscribers over there. Let's see how much we can get in a month, man. Let's see how much we can get in a month. Would definitely like to get into their partner program and stuff like that. Look, there's Cheryl right there. So I'm here. Thanks, Arturo. It will grow. God bless you. And you can also help me on Rumble too. Whatever's good for you guys. Yeah, I heard the affiliate group is easier. By the way, Influence, I see you over there. Brandon, I see y'all over there. I do see the Twitch chat, you guys. All right, we got 3 people over there. Let's get it. Get the goats out. DJ Dava, Smonko. Yeah, man. Thank y'all. This is why I love the Daily Discourse family for, man. Y'all are so loyal. Y'all are so awesome. Cheryl, Blue Rose. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. How about that? Let's go ahead and dive right in. JD Vance, he's over here at The View, and I saw him going scorched earth over here, man. Let's get to it. I think he's going to tear these ladies up. It's going to be... it's going to be like shrieking dogs over here, but I think he's going to tear these ladies up.
So in the book, Mr. Vice President, you make a mea culpa of sorts for calling Democrats childless cat ladies.
Oh, man. That's boneheaded comment.
You say that.
That's how we starting off, y'all. That's how we starting off. Talking about the childless cat. They still hurting from that? That was a year and a half ago. Y'all still hurting from that?
In the book.
That really touched a nerve, didn't it?
Thank you.
What were you thinking when you said that?
So Joy said when we were off air that I'm fine, which I think is about the best endorsement that I'm going to get
for a
out of Joy
Republican.
Behar for a
For a
Republican.
Republican.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Graded on a curve here at The View. But, you know, I guess one of the things that I try to do, and I'm always, you know, all of us are always learning. You know, you said you were a lapsed Catholic. I'm a bad Catholic. I think all of us, that's why we need grace as Christians, is because we recognize that there are certain things we got to work on.
Right.
But here's what I'd say about that. So did that comment actually shed light on something and start a discussion, or did it just close people down? And when I make a comment that just closes people down, instead of trying to appreciate the point that I make, that's a mistake, right? And that's on me to do better.
Okay,
because can I just say, the point that
follow-up.
I'd say on that, Joy, is I do think, in a very subtle, sometimes in a more profound way, I think our country has become more anti-family and more anti-child. It's harder to trust.
Yes, yes. And I love that he's talking about this, because he's talking on The View, which is reaching out to the exact group of people that don't really believe in the nuclear family anymore. They just think it's all freedom and sexual revolution and women can do whatever they want. They're not supposed to be barefoot and pregnant at home cooking for the man, you know? And I love that he's speaking about this in front of them. This is great.
Travel, it's harder to go to a restaurant.
We only have 10 seconds.
Mr.
Okay.
Vice President,
Do you want-
know your grandchild is, or your child is arriving.
No grandbabies yet.
Not yet. We're very excited for you and Usha, and we wanted to give you a
Thank
View
you.
onesie.
I appreciate that.
Thank you for your
We
time.
will put this on. We'll send you guys a photo.
Yeah, set that shit on fire.
Finding my way back to faith is available now. Scan the QR code on your screen to purchase a copy.
I'm gonna go buy that. I'm gonna go buy that book. Okay. Real easy, subtle start. But this one, okay, now they're talking about erasing Black history. They're basically calling him a racist, okay?
You come from a poor community.
Sure.
You know how hard it has been for people. Two things. You talk a lot about your Catholic faith, but the Catholic faith says we take in immigrants. We take in people who don't have or who are having a hard time.
It also says obey the law of the land. It also says many more things than that. You can't just nitpick a couple sentences here and there. And man, come on, y'all. This is why this new age interpretation of the Bible is just, it's so wrong. Y'all love to take little bits and pieces and make your own religion out of it. It's crazy.
How do you justify both things?
So let me say first a couple things, Whoopi. So number one, the book is actually way less political than you might think if you were just watching this, because obviously we're getting into the issues of the day.
Right.
95% of the book is really not about politics. I kind of have to write about politics because I'm the vice president, but I want to answer your question.
Right.
So fundamentally, if you think about what is immigration enforcement, immigration is law enforcement. It's somebody who has broken a law. A law enforcement officer has to show up and enforce that law. Now, inherently, sometimes that process is not always going to be pretty if you capture a video clip of it, in the same way that if you arrest somebody for committing a violent or a nonviolent crime, sometimes it's not always pretty. What I'm saying is the Catholic faith is actually I think it strikes the right balance here. It says, the Christian faith, I think this is true of Protestants and Catholics, that you can have borders.
Yeah.
You're allowed to enforce your borders. That means the law enforcement.
And laws.
But you also have to take certain precautions and certain care, okay? And again, your argument is fundamentally, Whoopi, you're saying that we don't strike the right balance. I disagree with you about how we apply that, but nobody hopefully is saying we're not allowed to have a border.
No,
what
sure.
I'm saying is that in order for us to actually enforce the law, you can't set a standard that says you're not allowed to deport anyone unless they've committed a violent crime. You've got to enforce the law equally
So
and
let me,
justly.
let me do my follow-up.
You don't have to raise your hand,
Let me do my
Joey.
follow-up.
Yes, I do.
Because you were talking about people. What do Black people do?
We're talking about immigration. You first of all, you're making a biblical justification for opening the borders wide open and just letting everyone on planet Earth flood into our beautiful country as if that's not going to destroy. We don't want third worlders over here turning our beautiful country into a third world schlop fest. We don't want that shit, right? But she's saying, well, the Bible says do this and that and just let every single one of them over here. What? No, man, that's not what the Bible's about at all, first of all. And by the way, that thing was written, ages ago, okay? It's a long fucking time ago, right? And it's not really talking about our Constitution, but what it does say is, of course, obey the law of the land, right? She's just twisting things up to justify her nonsensical take, right? That we're supposed to have wide open borders and shit. That ain't gonna fly. But now she said, man, fuck all that. You're racist. She just straight up went from, man, fuck the immigration thing. You are racist.
You were talking about people. What did black people do to this administration that has allowed it to really stigmatize folks of color? And you know how hard it is.
I don't know, ma'am. I mean, you are like a multimillionaire on a TV show talking to the vice president right now as a black woman. I'm sorry. Where's the stigmatization? Is that how you say it? Stigmatization? Where's the I can't even fucking say it. Where's the stigma for you? Huh? I'm going to edit all that crap out. Where's the stigma for you, Whoopi Goldberg, millionaire? Sitting over here talking to you have all the privilege in the world, you and Sonny Hostin. And you're talking about black people being stigmatized?
You have folks of color in your family.
Sure.
So when you see, things, the Emmett Till stuff coming down, or them doing all kinds of removal of information of black heroes, how does that sit with you?
Can y'all tell me in the chat, what is she talking about? Because, JD Vance asks her for an example what she's talking about, and nothing was brought up. What about, what about the Democrats taking away like Robert E. Lee or other, renaming all these military bases and removing all sorts of monuments of white men? What about that? How come she's not going to bring that up? And JD Vance should have hit her back with that one too.
What exactly are you talking about, Whoopi? Because you just
I know Emmett Till was
the No, I want to know what she's.
You don't know what I'm talking
to your
about.
actual point.
So in a lot of the museums, there's so many. Where they're taking down.
Oh, there's so many. I can't remember any of them right now, but there's so many. I just, she's chimping out.
The actual history that happened in this country. Slavery happened. All kinds of stuff happened. And it seems that it has been...
No, this is what we're not going to do, okay? First of all, I don't know who you're talking to, buddy, but you're not going to come in here and say, bro, play the damn stream. Bro, play the damn interview. No, go watch the interview on your own time. You're on my time right now.
Very easy for this administration to remove that, and also to denigrate black folks who have worked their behinds off to get this American dream.
Work their behinds off. DEI hires, is that what you're talking about? That's what she's really ultimately getting at. DEI hires, right? The Biden administration subsidizing the black community. Basically, raising the budget to an astronomical level, right? Hiring millions of black women just to make it seem like they're strong and independent, to make them feel good, to make sure they don't have to depend on no man. Now we can give them a nice DEI job where all they do is clack on a keyboard or answer some phones or clack their nails on the screen and then give everyone a fucking attitude and a sense of entitlement. That's what DEI is, man. Yeah, DEI didn't earn it. Donald Trump ended that shit. We made massive cuts, Millions of black women lost their jobs, and that's what they're really talking about. They won't say that, but that's what they're ultimately talking about.
How do you, I mean, you know better.
Why are they clapping? She didn't even say nothing.
So,
You know what I'm
Sonny,
talking
that
about,
was
right?
actually a very helpful intervention, because I think the story you're talking about is where, allegedly the administration is holding back the appointments of people based on skin color. I've seen the
I'm talking about a
story.
host of things. I'm talking about black history getting erased from public spaces. Black voter districts are being dismantled.
How? Where?
Black leaders are being sidelined from our ranks.
Oh, why do we need black voter districts? Why do we need that? Aren't we all Americans? Aren't we all voting in the same elections? Why is it that 13% of the population needs to be treated better than everybody else? Where's my Hispanic district? Where's my Asian district or their Asian district? Where's the Middle Eastern district, Where's the Indian district? How come it's only black people that get their own districts? Well, I'm glad we got rid of that shit.
Fit in this vision because it doesn't seem like we fit.
I think, Sonny, my view...
You fit with everybody else.
And if I may, since October of last year, there's been something like 6,668 refugees allowed into the country. All but 3 were white South Africans.
So, first of all...
Oh, that's the real crux of the problem. You can't be doing nothing for no white people. That's just racist.
I'm very skeptical of that number, because we have a lot of different immigration pathways in the United States of America. But let me just address Whoopi's point. Look, first of all,
nice buzzword, though.
And maybe you don't believe this coming from me, but I think everybody is welcome in our political coalition. Frankly, even if you didn't vote for us, everybody is welcome in our country, so long as you're an American citizen with the duties and the legal obligations and rights to be here. But Whoopi, let me just give you an example of this. Okay, so you say that we're anti-minority or anti-black.
No, I didn't say that. I asked. See?
Well, okay, fine. Be fair.
No, that is what you said.
Right, okay,
Man, don't get me in trouble.
That's exactly what you said.
But
I misinterpreted your question, but
That's
let
all
me.
No, he did it the right way.
What I'm saying, I think, okay, look at Washington, D.C. One of the most democratic and one of the blackest, by a share of population, blackest cities in the United States of America, has seen a radical decrease in violent crimes and sexual assaults and in murders. We have tried to take the crime issue seriously, in part because we believe everybody, whether you're black or white or rich or poor, deserves to live in a safe neighborhood.
why was...
Now, I think he kind of messed up here. He started talking about crime, and they're like, "Wait a minute, we're talking about black people. Why did you tie that to crime?" He should have read the room a little bit better right there.
Why does the crime?
And
where does the crime step in? This is not about crime. This is
black women
about
lost their jobs.
Rights.
This is about human
Sonny,
rights.
what you're saying is
Black
we got to do
history's
more on
being-
the economy.
And black history has been
Sonny,
erased from public
Black
spaces.
history is not
That
erased
is
from
true.
public
Guys,
spaces.
we do
That
have to
is
get to
not
Iran
right.
when we get back.
Yeah,
There's some very
guys,
important news to
I'm
get
telling
to.
you, we celebrate black history. We celebrate all American history in this administration.
can I
You
ask you
guys
about a
might be
specific
skeptical
piece
of
of
this,
black
but
Yeah, what about the black people that were at the White House shaking hands with Donald Trump and thanking Donald Trump for everything he's done for the black community? He's done more for the black community than Obama ever did. Obama gave the Zesties their bathrooms and their trans rights and shit and their gay marriage. That's all he gave y'all. He didn't do fuck all for the black community, but Donald Trump has given plenty to the black community, funding HBCUs, giving them opportunity zones, helping them out, man. At least he did something.
I promise you it's true.
have to.
Now, this is a good one right here. 10 minutes. I don't know if we're going to get through all this, but let's get to it.
9 seasons. This show has invited thousands of guests with all kinds of diverse points of view. And we have been asking our next guest to join us for a while now. So we're glad that he's taken us up.
I guess I should have done this one first.
So,
So this is a
Alyssa-
show of MAGA Republicans, right? That's
Yeah,
what my
right,
media
yes.
team told me. Okay, good.
well, we'll find out. Huh? I think you have the first question, Alyssa.
Yes, Mr. Vice President, thank you for being with us. Now, you came into office with clear momentum, but when I talk to my friends and family who supported you and the president and still support you and the president, one issue comes up time and time again, and it's the economy. Inflation's up, wages are down, gas prices are starting to drop at news of this Iran deal, which we will get to.
Sure.
What can you say to voters who trusted you to lower costs on day one, and will they be satisfied by November?
Well, I think that's ultimately up to the voters, right? I think voters have every right to expect as much as possible out of their elected representatives. We certainly know that we were elected on a number of mandates. One was to close the border, which I think we've done successfully, exceeded expectations there. Number two was to lower prices, and there's a lot of work to do, in large part because of what's happened over the last few months in the Middle East. But as you said, oil, which got up to $120 a barrel, now is at $80 a barrel. That's going to be reflected in lower fuel, lower food, lower energy prices. But there's a lot more work to do. The thing that I'm proudest about most, because as some of you may know, I grew up in one of these towns that was forgotten by the leaders in Washington of both parties, is that you're seeing, that's Middletown, Ohio. That's my hometown in southwestern Ohio. It was a proud steel town. I was raised by a grandfather who was a union steel worker.
Yeah, thanks for doxing him.
Those factories closed down. The thing that I'm most excited about is you do see a large amount of capital investment coming into our country. Factories being built, construction jobs are way up, manufacturing jobs are starting to catch up. So there's a lot more work to do. I think that we're making progress, but ultimately we're going to make our pitch to the voters in November, and they're the ones who get to decide whether we've done a good job or not, and that's how they're going to vote.
Remember, guys, we're only a third of the way through the Trump administration. And I want y'all to really take that in and think about that. We're a year and a half in, right? Everything we've done so far under the Trump administration, we still got 2 more rounds of it. All right. Let's just call this the end of the first third of it, right? A year and a half, a year and 6 months, right? Now we still got 2.5 more years. That's a lot of time to get shit done. We've already accomplished so much, right? We're able to shut down all these nationwide injunctions. We were able to shut down the border. We were able to start deportations. We're able to tear through all these asylum cases, millions of asylum cases, clogging up the immigration courts. We got new immigration judges in place. We got ICE operations getting better, stronger, more efficient, more familiar with everything. We have accomplished so much, and the left has done everything they can to stop it, and they've run out of ammo. They're at the end of, like, they're using their extreme reserves, man. The Epstein file was supposed to ruin the Trump administration, but they spent it way too early, right? They spent it way too early to try to get into the midterms, to try to get victory in the midterms. Well, they spent it and they blew it. They spent it way too early. People saw that nothing was coming out of it for months and months. Now it's all released. Now they have access to it. They can go look at it all unredacted, and they produced nothing from it. So they used it up, they spent it, and they got nothing left, right? And we still got a lot of things unfolding. We still got major accomplishments. And Donald Trump, if this deal goes through and we're able to get a permanent ban on nuclear weapons over in the Middle East for Iran, and we are able to just reshape the whole world order and make it the real new world order, then, I mean, come on. And only in the first little bit of Trump's administration, we still got 2/3 of the way to go. So we got a lot unfolding, man. The next 2 years are going to be absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. I'm all here for it. I think they've been doing a phenomenal job, and I'm ready to see what they got for us, man. I'm so ready to see what else the Trump administration has for us. Now, I already know what it is, right? We got a lot of the left tactics that we got to tear down. We got to still defeat them. And oh yeah, we got all this shenanigans going on over here. Let me get these videos loaded up first, and then we'll get into this part of the show. By the way, you guys hit that like button if you haven't already. If you want to support me on Twitch, which we are now streaming on Twitch, you guys can click that link as well. Drop a follow over there. You can come on back, whatever you like to do. And by the way, JD Vance is everywhere right now, y'all. He is all over the place. He's everywhere.
Job.
He's on Megyn Kelly today. He's on Fox News. He's on The View. He's making the rounds. So I'm wondering what this big tour that he's doing is, right? A lot of stuff unfolding. And we'll get right to it. You know what? Give me 2 seconds, or give me 1 minute, guys. I'll be right back. Oh, promoting his book. That's actually a good point there. You feel him compromising. Where do you feel that at? Just 1 minute. You feel him compromising. The way I see it too is he's going into enemy territory. You know, did y'all forget how savage JD Vance is, man? Do y'all remember how he was during the presidential campaign? Dude was a monster. Every time they interviewed him, they tried to hit him with the gotcha questions, and he tore their asses up every single time. Well, yeah, on The View, I know they advertise his book, so there's that. Which is a weird place to advertise, you know? Arturo Insane Deranged Syndrome. These people got AIDS, y'all. They got the Arturo Insane Derangement Syndrome. They got AIDS. Oh, it's ridiculous, man. I love it. I love being the talk of the town. I love it. I love the controversy. Whatever. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the support. I'm ready for going viral. It ain't gonna happen like that, but I mean, I'm ready for it. This is all we do over here is make content. That's it. Every day is like preparing for that moment when you take off. Because I've had a moment where I've gone viral and then I wasn't ready for it. I didn't have the content here on the channel. I didn't have the hook. You know, when you go viral, you get a good moment, but you have to capitalize on it. You have to lure. It's like a big fish net. You go out there and throw it out there and you reel it back in. And then people got to come in there. And if you ain't got the good bait, you ain't got the good food, they're going to take off. Yeah, dudes have AIDS, man. Arturo Insanity Derangement Syndrome. I don't know if insane. I need a short word. Arturo Derangement Syndrome. I mean, we could just do ADS, you know, Arturo Derangement Syndrome. Oh, did you listen to that? The guitar song on her YouTube is straight fire. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Wrote that, recorded it, did it all myself. Oh, let me read these super chat. I'm sorry, guys. Let me read these. Patriot for All, thank you so much for the 10. Kicking it off strong. Alpine Retreat with the $2 on Rumble. Today, I was involved in the delivery of the Emancipation Proclamation. Today, I was involved in the delivery of the Emancipation Proclamation and the 13th Amendment to the new expansion of the Lincoln Memorial set to open later this month. We're not erasing anything. Man, that's awesome. That is really, really awesome. That's really cool, man. That's really cool. If you have like an Instagram, well, I don't know if you can, like post pictures of it or document it. That's history, man. You definitely want to document that and make it, put it in your book, sell it on The View. Jay Lynn, my girl Jay Lynn with the $10. I'm already getting depressed thinking of when Trump's presidency is done. At least with him, you feel secure, safe, and confident. I know that's right, man. I know that's right. I've been thinking about that too. What's it going to be like when Trump's gone? When Trump's not in office anymore? You know, what's it going to be like? We're going to be in someone else's hands. That's the thing about Trump, man. You feel like you finally got someone in office that is going to take care of us. But then, who knows who it could be, right? If it's J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio, I'll still feel pretty safe and secure. You know, I think I might feel more safe with Marco Rubio, to be honest with you. Arturo information. See, I want a short word. Arturo, or Arturo, yeah. Arturo. It's A-R-T, like art. Arturo informational derangement syndrome. It needs to be a short, piercing I word. Now that'd be crazy, right? We nuke the filibuster, and the Republicans pass an amendment that would get rid of term limits for presidents. Oh, shit. We had Trump in office until he was just completely out of it and couldn't handle the job. I'd be down. He's only 80 years old. He can still go for another 15. He can still go. He got another 15 in the barrel. Make it 16. Yeah, look, as long as we got Thune in the Senate and we got these rhinos in the Senate, guys, we cannot accomplish anything in Congress. I think we got what we got out of Congress right now, and we're just lucky to even pass a budget bill. I've given up on Congress. They have failed us immensely. Thune has failed us. The Senate has failed us. The House is still fighting. You know, the House is actually trying to hold it down, and they're doing a good job. The House is good. Even though we still got some rhinos over there, we got Thomas Massey in there too. We can still overcome the rhinos and the Democrats in the House. It's the Senate where we're getting fucked over right now. They just denied the SAVE Act. They were going to put it in a reconciliation bill, and they just didn't vote for it. They could have easily voted for it. But what happened? You got a bunch of rhinos that are pissed they got primaried. So now that they got kicked out of Congress and come midterms, right? Come November, that's when their career ends. It's already set in stone that they're done. So they're pissed off. They're fighting against Trump right now. Honestly, they're fighting against the American people. They're fighting against their own representatives. And that's what's crazy. Ain't it crazy, y'all? They lost, and so they're pouting and pissed off, and now they're fighting against what the American people want. Arturophobia effect. We'll just go with ADS. I think ADS is the best thing. ADS. Y'all got ADS. Arturo Rubio 2028. No, thank you. Shit. I ain't moving to the White House. I'm not sleeping 1 hour a week like Donald Trump is. Y'all got me fucked up. I'm not doing all that. He's a beast, man. Donald Trump is a monster. That dude is just running on pure American patriotism. He's running on America fuel, you know? Yeah, they got the AIDS. They got the ADS. Love it. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to the mayhem. We got to watch these crazy bastards getting maced, all right? Y'all ready for the show? Again? Let's get to it, man. Might be wondering what the hell is even going on. Why are they out here rioting like this? What are they doing? What caused all the pepper spray to go out? Well, today, the DOJ hit 15 Antifa lunatics, 15 terrorists with federal charges after some of their actions during the Minneapolis ICE raids. All right, so let's get to it. Let's see what the actual story is. These are some of the charges right here.
Today, a federal indictment was unsealed, charging 15 defendants with conspiracy to impede or injure federal officers and other charges related to efforts of 2 Minneapolis-based Antifa groups that violently opposed the enforcement of federal law in our state. The defendants are members and associates of Direct Action Minnesota. They are charged with conspiracy to impede or injure a federal officer, solicitation to commit a crime of violence, interstate threats, interstate stalking, assault on a federal officer, and destruction of government property. Earlier this morning, agents of Homeland Security Investigations conducted a coordinated law enforcement operation culminating in the arrest of 12 of the 15 defendants. One defendant had already been in custody on other federal charges. 2 defendants remain fugitives at large.
Now, we actually have some videos of some of them getting arrested. Well, this guy getting arrested right here.
612-444-2654.
Is your dog okay?
What is that? What number is that?
What's your name?
Yeah.
My name's Isaac Sant.
Isaac Sant.
First name's I-S-A-A-C. Last name S-A-N-T.
I got you.
My lawyer is Kevin Rich.
So why are they giving his name out? I guess their organizations or their groups or whatever, they're going to try to get some attorney to help him out and take care of him. That's why they shot their name like that.
We'll do it.
It's spelled R-I-C-H.
612-444-2654.
But, you know,
Nazis.
sometimes, oh yeah, Nazis. Sometimes playing pretend revolutionary just doesn't work out. All right. Now, let's hear the news talking about it. Now, for some reason, the news doesn't understand what Antifa is. And they know damn well what it is, but they try to play dumb. They're trying to pretend like they don't know what Antifa is. Look at that beautiful Cheeto dust, man.
Federal marshals sprayed chemicals at protesters outside of the federal courthouse in St. Paul today. Inside the courthouse, a group faced a judge for allegations that their actions against ICE during Operation Metro Surge rose to the level of being a crime.
The U.S. Attorney for Minnesota announced today's arrests and indictments against 15 Minnesotans. He says that they conspired to impede or injure federal officers. We have team coverage starting with Esme Murphy with more about the charges. Esme?
Well, Amelia, the specific charges against these 15 protesters are conspiracy to impede or injure a federal officer, solicitation to commit a crime of violence, interstate threats, interstate stalking, assault of a federal officer, and destruction of government property.
Interstate threats and stalking. You know what's going to be very helpful? Because, you know, there's two ICE agents right now that have been charged by the DA here in Minneapolis. Well, if these cases go through, I'm pretty sure these cases are definitely going to help those ICE agents get off the hook. Because they are being charged and they are trying to lock them up.
The U.S. Attorney opened his news conference drawing a parallel between these protester charges and the guilty plea of Vance Belter, who admitted killing Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark and wounding Senator John Hoffman and his wife.
Well, when you and I were all together last...
Why are they bringing that up? I think the mainstream media, or at least the local news stations here in Minnesota, I think they're trying to muddy the waters a little bit and try to trick the people that are watching into thinking that, you know, this is the DOJ being weaponized against peaceful protesters and shit like that.
Last week, I said that political violence is a national scourge in our times. Today, I can disclose to you further actions by federal law enforcement in combating that violence.
U.S. Attorney Daniel Rosen said the charges are part of the Trump administration's prioritizing political violence. Rosen played a social media post from one of those arrested and charged, Minneapolis resident Kyle Wagner.
Not talking about peaceful protests anymore. We're not talking about having polite conversations anymore. There's nothing fun to chant about it. Get your guns and
You hear what this guy's saying, man.
Stop these people.
This dude literally, this was right after Alex Preddy was shot. This dude posted, he said, man, get your guns and go out there and kill ICE agents, is more or less what he said. You got to remember, we're not dealing with normal Democrats, right? Normal, moderate Democrats. These are the people that go to work, and the mainstream media has brainwashed them into believing that the Democrat Party is going to save them and help them getting out of poverty, when in fact the Democrat Party is the one keeping them in poverty and punishing them for trying to escape poverty. But these people we're talking about here, Antifa, they're not normal Democrats. They are far leftists. They are anarchists. They are anti-Americans. They don't like America as a country as a whole. They are trying to abolish the government. That's their ultimate end goal. That's Antifa's ultimate end goal, that to dismantle the United States from the inside out. They think both parties are bad, right? They are not Democrats, but they'll vote Democrat if they get a extreme enough candidate in there, right? So you got to remember, these are not normal Democrats. These are anti-American, anti-Democrat, anti-Republican anarchists. These are people that are completely against everything the country is founded on.
The U.S. attorney came back to that line.
We're not talking about peaceful protests. His words, not mine.
A Department of Homeland Security official called the protesters' actions part of a wave of alarming attacks on police.
Today's announcement is the result of a thorough and months-long investigation into a deeply concerning trend: coordinated violence targeting federal law enforcement officers and facilities.
But outside the courthouse, activists defended the protesters, saying prosecutors are trying to stifle their constitutional right to free speech and assembly.
I want to be very clear. Observing is not a crime. Watching the illegal actions committed by ICE is not a crime.
And he's right. Observing is not a crime. Watching ICE is not a crime. But these people did much, much more than that. They followed and harassed ICE agents all day. They attacked ICE agents at every given chance. They try to run them over with their cars. They try to hit them and knock their cars out of the streets. They try to impede all their operations. They try to get in the way. They made everything very difficult for ICE. They terrorized, they vandalized, they destroyed all these detention centers, the Whipple building and all that. It's disgusting, right? It's disgusting how many laws they break, but all they think that they were just peacefully observing. No, we got all the footage, man. We saw everything unfold in real time. And we know exactly what these people were doing, breaking every fucking law in the book. And now some of them, not all of them, but some of them are being held accountable.
Loving your immigrant neighbor is not a crime.
Now, past charges.
It depends on. Never mind.
Mixed results. Some have been dismissed, but others remain in line to be prosecuted, including the allegations against prominent activist Nikema Levy Armstrong, who's accused of disrupting a church service in January.
All right. Thank you, Esme.
Yeah, don't forget about that black woman. She's going down for that one. Now, why did they get pepper sprayed today? Right? Because they were just doing a protest outside. But again, they don't know their limits. They don't understand what protesting is. They don't understand the rules of it. And they always got to break the rules, right? And so here we go. Check this out.
Now at 5 o'clock with breaking news. We have a live look here from Chopper 5. Protesters just beginning to gather here outside of the St. Paul Federal Courthouse.
Also right now, 2 people from the Twin Cities are considered fugitives on the run for impeding Operation Metro Surge. 13 others have already been charged months after anti-ICE protest. Now the Justice Department saying they're connected to Antifa groups.
And we are digging into every angle of this big story, including the latest on those charges.
No, they're not.
Plus, what happened in the courtroom today?
But first,
they're not digging into any side of this. They're digging into what the left wants to hear.
Pilar Pedraza live where the protests are starting right now. Pilar.
Well, a lot of protesters have been out here throughout the afternoon, but this crowd has grown in the last 10 to 15 minutes, at least doubling in size during that time. But if you look over here, you can tell that most of them are staying well back from the front doors to the courthouse. That's because earlier this afternoon, we were present. We had cameras here when officers came out and sprayed what appeared to be a chemical irritant at the protesters.
Cheeto dust, baby. Let's go.
the time is that they were holding the doors open so that you could hear the chants inside the building when suddenly somebody saw folks putting on gas masks inside the courthouse, and all of a sudden they came out and started spraying a chemical irritant at them. You can see that orangish spray that was coming out. A lot of protesters telling me that they were surprised and disgusted by what they saw.
I'm shocked, I'm disgusted, but more than anything, I am
retarded. She's shocked, she's disgusting, but more than anything, she's retarded. She's a dumb bitch. Sorry. I hope she got a nice heaping helping of that Cheeto dust, though. Yeah, what, they don't like Cheese Whiz? Come on, man. This is the best. Look at that little tiny baby. Look at the little toddler. What are you doing? What are you doing bringing a little baby out here? Screw what this bitch is talking about. Why is there a little tiny kid out here? Holding a sign.
No, like.
Oh my God.
Trying to scare us and intimidate us and push us away from solidarity. It's not gonna work.
Continued, many of them staying here, continuing to chant and make their presence known, as you can tell.
Yeah, but guess what? Now they standing way the hell back here, huh?
Even though it's not a huge crowd, it's very loud out here. This is what they say that the agents were spraying at them, a chemical irritant.
Nice.
It says on it that it's an aerosol grenade. Eyewitness 5 did reach out to the U.S. Marshal's office for comment, asking them about what happened. We have
no comment
yet. When we do, we'll let you know what they tell us about what happened here.
Look at the branch on her head. You see the leaves on her head?
Live from St. Paul, Pilar Pedraza, 5 Eyewitness.
Like, move over a little bit, chick. That was a bad spot. Yeah, a grenade. The grenade, y'all. Oh, please launch more grenades. Launch more grenades. Now, I thought this was an interesting point right here, okay? This video reveals that there was a lot going on during the riots, right? During the riots in Minneapolis in January, around later January, when the Alex Preddy was shot and killed because he wanted to be a complete idiot and wanted to terrorize and attack law enforcement officers, right? While he was armed like a complete fucking idiot. Now he's dead for it. Well, there was a lot unfolding at the White House, and we got a little bit of details about that.
The New York Times is reporting Vice President J.D. Vance wanted to use the Insurrection Act to respond to escalating ICE protests in Minneapolis last January, or late January, rather. Now, that would have allowed the federal government to use the military against demonstrators. The report states the vice president proposed the idea following days of unrest after the death of Alex Preddy on January 24th. That ICU nurse was shot and killed while protesting the administration's surge of immigration officers in the city. President Donald Trump publicly discussed using the Insurrection Act after the death of Renee Good on January 7th. However, others in the White House were hesitant for political reasons. Just before Preddy's death, the VP publicly said invoking that law was not necessary. Now, according to the Times report, using the Insurrection Act was one of two ideas debated in an internal memo. The other was a proposal by Stephen Miller to suspend the writ of habeas corpus, which would allow immigrants to be deported more quickly. The legal procedure requires the government to justify why a person is detained. The White House responded to the Times report by saying, quote, members of the administration often have conversations about many different lawful options.
So you get to see what they were saying, right? J.D. Vance was talking about, man, just get the Insurrection Act out. Bust it out. Donald Trump said, just hold on. Stephen Miller said, man, just deport these motherfuckers. Get these motherfuckers up out of here. Get rid of the habeas corpus. Fuck their due process. Man, get them up out of here, right? And I gotta agree with Stephen Miller. I gotta agree with him. Get his ass out of here. So I agree with that. Great. But you hear J.D. Vance wanted the Insurrection Act. Now you kind of know what J.D. Vance is thinking. So if you guys want the Insurrection Act, and you want a president that's going to do it, well, there you go. That's more reason to vote for JD Vance in 2028. You already know what he's about, what he's going to do. He was saying, get the insurrection, get the National Guard out there. Let's take care of this right here and now. But Donald Trump was told not to do it, or at least advised, not told, right? He's advised. What's the political advantage of doing it? What does it mean for not doing it? What happens, right? So Donald Trump's ultimate decision was to not do it. And now you can kind of see that, ICE had it all under control. They handled it. They were able to arrest a lot of people. The one thing we don't like seeing is like people like Savannah Hernandez getting attacked and stuff like that. We do not like that, right? And that is the danger of allowing these protests to continue and get out of control like this, right? Look at the dude's eyes right here. Do you see the dude's eyes over here? He must be seeing something crazy right there. Anyways, but still, it's not like we desperately needed the National Guard to come out here and fix this, right? Because that's kind of like a last resort kind of thing. You always want the state to step in and take accountability for what's going on their streets, because ICE can protect their driveway, but what's going on in the street across from the driveway, that needs to be dealt with by the state. And so if you allow the state to take care of it, you're avoiding lawsuits, you're avoiding a lot of things. You're avoiding the corrupt federal judges from slapping orders on you, all that stuff, right? The same way they did in Portland, because ICE was shutting down the whole street at first. They were blocking the protesters and sending them away all the way down to the end of the street on both ends. But then you saw a bunch of radical judges immediately slap ICE with all these orders saying they can't use chemical weapons, they can't go out into the street, they can't use chemical irritants down the street and all that. So they were hindered very heavily, right? So it is better if you can get the state to cooperate and let them deal with it. That's much better. However, the Insurrection Act, it's a very powerful tool. And me personally, I think it should have been used. But I can understand the political aspect of it and the strategy from not using it and instead getting the state to take care of their own mess. Right? So I totally get that. I understand that. But still, you get to see that JD Vance really wanted to use it. Stephen Miller was like, man, just deport these motherfuckers up out of here and let's get this out. Let's get this underway. Right? And yeah, the state did deploy the LRAD. Right? The Minnesota police chief quit. Yeah. I don't know if he quit. I think he got fired. I think he got ousted. They were hitting him from all angles. And I've done videos about that in the past. They pulled a dirty trick to make him resign. And he absolutely took off. Just to save his ass from getting arrested or getting being held accountable for much dirtier things. So either way, man, I think it all worked out in our favor. I love seeing that Antifa is being arrested and held accountable. Don't forget, it's not just happening here, right? We saw Antifa lunatics getting arrested in Seattle, or I'm sorry, Spokane, Washington, right? And we're also seeing it in LA. We're also seeing it in Portland. Their accountability it takes a long time to get there. But right now, yeah, they are definitely facing accountability. They're facing federal charges. They're getting locked up right now as we speak. And I'm here for it, man. We just added 15 more to the roster. 15 more, and that's it. So I absolutely love what's happening right now. Now, this is something I don't really love. Y'all remember this chick? Oh, I want to get her face really good. She got a weird face, don't she? There it is. There it is. I like to see them teeth. There's something about that. Y'all remember Miss Bananas and Rice? Remember, she was arrested, right? Because she spit on an ICE agent. We had video footage of it. She was arrested. She was charged. But right after that happened, somebody get her goats. Right after that happened, Pam Bondi's DOJ, because Pam Bondi was in charge at the time, the DOJ requested to dismiss the case. And now, as of yesterday, the case officially got dismissed.
Our top story tonight, a major update to a case that Fox 9 has been following for months. You may remember Nasra Ahmed, a Somali-American woman who was charged
with fake-ass Band-Aids
agents in St. Paul in January. Well, now those charges have been dismissed with prejudice, meaning they cannot be filed again. Good evening. Thanks for joining us on Fox 9. And
remember that. They cannot be filed again. Now, somebody mentioned it could be that they're going after heftier charges for her. Okay, so let's not rule everything out. But remember, this was all under Pam Bondi, not under Todd Blanche.
Fox Local, I'm Randy Meyer.
And I'm Kelsey Carlson. Our So Young Kim looked into the federal judge's ruling and spoke to Ahmed's lawyer. So Young, her attorney, says that this was an unusual circumstance where prosecutors were the ones seeking the dismissal.
That's right. Last month, the federal government requested the case be dismissed, and the judge's opinion calling out they never provided an explanation. Why?
It's a relief to my client. The whole event was extremely traumatic for her.
Minneapolis criminal defense attorney Jordan Kushner speaking with us on behalf of his client, now 24-year-old Nasra Ahmed. The judgment filed Monday dismissing the case against her with prejudice, meaning prosecution cannot refile the charges. Ahmed spoke out in January about her encounter with federal agents in St. Paul.
I'll never forget, the fear that we both felt in our hearts that day.
She was charged for assaulting a federal agent that was later downgraded to a misdemeanor. Then last month, the prosecution requested the dismissal.
Certainly on the federal level, the standards, they're typically very high, so I've never seen the federal government meet such low standards for bringing prosecutions and handling of prosecutions.
The judge writing in the order Friday that the government offered no explanation for why it seeks dismissal. Plus, noting the government avoided discovery obligations and the actions violated a court order and its own policies and undermined the presumption of innocence.
Now, I've seen Pam Bondi's DOJ be very incompetent, and sometimes it seems like they have blundered things more than we can ever hope for, right? They messed up Letitia James's case. They messed up James Comey's case, which now we're hitting him again, right? Where he's facing charges right now under a whole new thing. But it seems like they really screwed things up. And a lot of people were saying that the deep state that's within the DOJ was trying to sabotage Pam Bondi, and she wasn't doing a good enough job getting rid of them. Now, I remember when the Trump administration first got in there, that's what they were doing. They were doing a massive cleanse of the DOJ. There was hundreds of people they had to get rid of that were working under Biden. You know, they were working for Biden's and the Democrats, and they were not going along with what Trump wanted, right? And so there was a massive cleansing, and a lot of people try to hide what they were doing. And we still have deep state in there that is working against Trump inside of his administration. You guys got to remember that too. And so they screw things up intentionally. Remember, I don't know if you guys saw this, but the Secret Service has had, these are the people tasked with protecting Donald Trump. His life depends on them, right? Some of them were posting negatively about Donald Trump on social media. They were posting pro Antifa stuff, pro Biden and Kamala Harris shit, and they were talking negatively about Donald Trump on social media as they are Secret Service for Donald Trump. And there was a couple of them in the Secret Service doing that. There's still more deep state in there, right? So yes, the DOJ is a little bit sloppy right now, and I hate that, right? Under Biden, it seemed like the DOJ was working like a well-oiled machine, right? Well, that same well-oiled machine was given to Donald Trump, and the same people that tried to go after Donald Trump and arrest him with a bunch of bogus charges and ruin his life to make sure he couldn't run for president, right? Those same people were in the DOJ, and they still are there. Some of them are still there, you know? So when you talk about what the hell's going on here, you got to understand there's a lot of people in the DOJ that don't want Trump to succeed. And so when I see things happening like this, I feel like they set that whole case up just to fail. You only need one bad apple, right? One person that has a little bit of control in there to ruin things, right? They were talking about it violated a court order, likely violated the Department of Justice's own policies, undermined the presumption of innocence, all that bullshit. But, you know, who knows what exactly happened here? All I know is that this case has been dismissed, and she could be facing heavier charges. There's always that.
What that tells us is that they brought the charges without having the case together.
And we've reached out to the U.S. Attorney's Office for comment and have not heard back yet. And Fox 9 investigators have taken a deeper dive into the high dismissal rate of cases stemming from the immigration crackdown. Check out that full coverage on fox9.com. Kelsey.
And then when I hear that, I'm thinking, okay, maybe they just want to focus on the really bad cases, or they just want to focus on the really, the really dangerous people, the one they have really hardcore evidence of. But still, this chick spit on an ICE agent. She lied about everything. She was on that press conference, like looking like this, straight up lying about everything that unfolded. Them Band-Aids are fake. No boo-boos under there. Right? And she's over here crying. She can't even pull one single tear out. And we're supposed to believe that she's traumatized and fearful of her life. Hold on. I need to pull up her interview. I don't think y'all know. Bananas and rice Somali speech. Where's she at? I need the actual official interview. Maybe I shouldn't be looking up bananas and rice, huh? Well, maybe. I think this is it.
Everyone, and thank you to my senator for representing me and the people behind me for representing me. Up in Columbus, Ohio, but I also people might be confused by me being Somali. To my neighborhood, where my neighborhood is a.
No, fuck all this. Hold on. Let's go to X. I bet it'll be easier to find on X. I got to hear the bananas and rice. But how do you spell banana? Oh, are they doing it?
I'm proud to be Somali. So I'm Somali. I'm
Why is it only coming out on one speaker? I hate when they do this. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Here we go.
So I'm Somali. I'm proud to be Somali. To me, being Somali isn't just eating bananas with rice. It's a lot. It's like it's an interesting thing. It's very hard to describe what it means to be Somali and what it means to be American. But it's like a cultural fusion. It's kind of like the bananas and rice. So I'm Somali. I'm proud to be Somali.
Oh no, I want the full thing. Come on, I know she goes on longer than that.
I'm Somali. You can eat bananas with rice. But,
yeah, this is it.
So I'm Somali. I'm proud to be Somali. To me, being Somali isn't just eating bananas with rice. It's a lot. It's like it's an interesting thing. It's very hard to describe what it means to be Somali and what it means to be American. But
yeah, it's
like a cultural fusion. It's kind of like the bananas and rice.
Ah, yes.
People don't really see, like, it's people don't think, oh, you can eat bananas with rice, but that's what it's like to be Somali and American. It's like that combination of banana and rice, but you're gonna get what I mean.
You're gonna get what I mean.
Somali.
You go, girl. You get it, girl. Put some bananas and rice emojis in the chat, man. Bananas and rice it up, baby. Put some bacon on the grill. Oh my God. I can't believe this is a real interview. When I first heard this, I was like, this has to be AI. They had to edit this to make it sound like this. No, this chick is really out here talking like this. She's really out here talking like this. This is crazy.
I'm proud to be Somali. to me, being Somali isn't just eating bananas with rice. It's a lot. It's like it's an interesting thing. It's very hard to describe what it means to be Somali.
Oh my God.
American, but it's like a cultural fusion. It's kind of like the bananas and rice. You know,
You think you
people
just
don't
fell out of a
really
coconut tree?
See, like, you know, it's
You exist
you know,
in the
people don't think,
context
oh, you can eat bananas with rice, but
of all in which you
She's
live
like
and what came
5. She's talking like a toddler. She's talking like an elementary school child. This is insane. She looks so... look at it. Look at it. What is it? I'm missing a couple things. It's missing a couple things in that noggin there. But anyways, yeah, the bananas, the rice. Oh my God, look at it. Anyways, I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to torture y'all. Did we get a raid from Climatics? What's up, y'all? What's going on, everybody? Y'all just missed the mayhem. I'm gonna do a quick rerun. Quick rerun for y'all, in case y'all missed it. I don't know, all 3 of them. These super chats, man. This one especially. Jaylyn earlier with the $20. She said that Cheeto dust looks hot and spicy, baby. Just like a McChicken. Just like a McChicken. Oh, I love it. It is Kyle. Thank you for the $5. Next election is crazy important. Look at the UK falling apart because of how our left/tolerant they've become. It is going to happen here, and it's scary. It was already starting under Biden with the open borders thing, the circumventing of the Constitution. It was already starting, and we can't allow that to continue at all. Wounds are Rust with the 5 on Rumble. The local news networks are affiliates of mainstream media and just as much propagandists. Hang in there. You are better as a resource. Absolutely. I have no doubt your channel will take off. Oh, we're already taking off, baby. We are already there. Amor, thank you for the chili. Danielle, thank you for, or Danielle Lee, thank you for the 1776. Arturo-induced derangement syndrome. Oh, that might be it right there. Chance, my boy Chance, he says 17 days sober, missed y'all. I'll be watching from the gym. I love that, man. You watching from the gym, getting active, taking care of yourself. I love it. Hope you all have a good night. DD family, love Chance, Doug Dimmadome, man. We love you, bro. Stay strong, stay with it. Construction of Soul, thank you for the star. Danny Cat, thank you for the $2. I'm dying. The goats, man. Get them goats out. Heavy Hook with the 100. 100. And Chance again with another $2. It's kind of like hospice and fraud, you know? Yeah, just... It's kind of like the hospice and fraud and the combination of hospice and fraud. And sometimes you'll never expect the hospice and fraud and even the daycare centers to make such a good fusion, a good combination of fraud, daycare centers, and hospice care. It's fantastic. James, thank you for the star, man. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for all the support. I was going to talk about this. You know what? Well, we'll save that for later. I want to talk about this. We got to talk about the the terrorist attack that was going to happen on the UFC event. All right, we got to talk about it. Rons, thank you for the gold coin. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for all the support. If y'all are coming in here, don't forget to hit that like button. And of course, subscribe to the channel so I can bring you guys the truth and the real news that the left don't want you to see. Oh, by the way, Aunt Colleen. Yeah, by the way, thank you guys for coming in here from Climatics channel. Shout out to Climatics. I am streaming on Twitch now. I'm not streaming on X anymore. I'm going to go ahead and just toss that to the curb. Now we're just going to be streaming on YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch. All right. So we just started Twitch today. If you guys want to support the Twitch channel, y'all can click on the link that's pinned to the top of the chat. and let's get it, man. Twitch hype. Hell yeah, man. I'm going to look more into Twitch. I haven't studied or watched Twitch or used Twitch at all in the slightest. So it's all new to me, and I'm going to figure it out more, and we'll get over there to it. But let's get to it, man. Let's get to this terror plot. So UFC was an amazing event at the White House, right? UFC Freedom 250. It was spectacular. Went off perfectly. Well, if you didn't know, there was actually a terrorist attack set up to unfold that night, and they were talking about mass casualties, all right? And thanks to one of the perpetrators' mother, she turned in her son. She noticed he was behaving weirdly. She turned him in, and he ratted on the other guys that he was colluding with, and everything unfolded. And thank God it did, because it was about to get really, really bad.
Welcome back. Some stunning new details on the alleged plot targeting the UFC Freedom 250 event at the White House. The FBI thwarting an apparent plan to attack thousands of people in attendance there. And take a look at this from newly unsealed court documents. Just crazy stuff here. Quote, the co-conspirators discussed using drones to drop explosives on the north side of the White House to create panic and funnel event attendees toward locations where they would have snipers prepared to kill certain high-value targets. Correspondent David Spunt has been pouring
That's crazy
all day long. He joins us live from here in Washington with what he's learning. Hi, David.
Hi, Bill. This deals with several different men in several different states, but the entire plot may have been stopped by a concerned mother in Ohio. Those involved in the alleged plot were arrested in Ohio, Nebraska, Missouri, and California. In Ohio, investigators say this man, 19-year-old Tyson Proper's mother, called police after she was concerned about her son's recent conduct, including firearms purchases and his communications with people online.
Now, look, I'm sorry, y'all. If this was my son, I would be very concerned about him, just from his appearance alone. Unkept beard, just doesn't even know what the hell he's doing with his hair anymore. Probably shaves it once every 6 months, maybe. That's a grown-ass man, yeah. It's a Neanderthal. But I judge a book by its cover every single time, right? I look at this guy and I just see someone who doesn't take care of himself, stinks like hell. Yeah, he looks 45. He's only 19 years old. He doesn't take care of himself. Doesn't even know how to groom himself. Don't know what he's doing. You can see he's not even able to grow his mustache out. So he's probably beaten off every day. No testosterone left in the tank. Socks crusty as hell. Crusty socks stuffed under the bed, okay? Still living at home with his mama, I think. Which, you know, that's not too bad. Okay, I would rather my son stay with me until he's ready to get out there and has a lot of experience of the world first. I don't want to just throw him out to the wolves, but still, besides the point, right? This dude, you can just tell he's dusty. He's dusty as hell. I know he stinks. You know he stinks by looking at him, right?
According to authorities, when she asked
there was a lot of red flags here.
He said he couldn't tell her exactly what he was doing, but that they were looking at multiple different locations and intended to conduct recon as well as hit-and-run missions. Proper's mother believed hit-and-run missions meant conducting shootings and then leaving. According to court documents, authorities seized several boxes of ammunition from Proper and this rifle on the left painted with an American flag. Proper spoke to investigators. They say he spilled the beans on others across the country allegedly involved in the plot via different chat networks.
The left is so weak, you know, and these are not Democrats, I don't believe. I think these are just like I was telling you guys earlier, wild anti-American anarchists that are trying to overthrow the government, right? These are people that are so far to the left, they are beyond extreme, right? This dude was ready just to crash out and give it all away so he can get this plot through. It's really disgusting and really scary because we see people like this all the time. And you just need to push them a little bit more. And the violence coming from the left is just so normalized now, y'all. It's so normalized that it's almost like Iran, right? When we had our JCPOA deal with them, they always had the capabilities and the ability to create a nuclear weapon. right? It's just we were supposed to trust them not to do it. And now the left is kind of the same way. They'll go buy guns, they'll get ready for it, but we're just supposed to trust that they won't throw their whole lives away and not do a mass murder attack or mass shooting or anything like that. Well, now they've all they've pretty much just given up caring. They're ready to throw their lives away. They're ready to become radical extremists, and they're ready to take lives down with them. It's insane, man. Absolutely insane.
In Southern California, authorities arrested and charged these two men with conspiracy to commit murder, 24-year-old Brian Roa and 32-year-old Michael Thomas. In court documents.
And that's the scary part too. They're pretty young, right? The 30-year-old dude I can understand. 19 years old was that other dude, and then this guy's 24. They're getting radicalized, and to the point where they're getting extreme. The violence is so normalized. It's like they're getting radicalized to such an extent at a young age. It's happening in our schools. This is stuff that is in their minds growing up. I'm talking about elementary school, middle school, high school. By high school, you can forget it, man. People are looking at crazy, insane stuff on TikTok. You know, they're seeing all sorts of videos that are, you know, brainwashing them and radicalizing them before they even get out of high school. And then they're told while they're in high school that when you get out there, the whole world is gonna be on your shoulders. The weight of the world's gonna be on you. It's gonna be impossible to survive. What do you see on TikTok right now? You see a wave of leftists crying and bitching and moaning about how hard life is and how it's all Donald Trump's fault. What do you expect these people to think when they're growing up? Think about that, right? You have your teenage son or something like that. He's 14 years old. For some reason you allow him to get on TikTok. He scrolls through. The first thing he sees is Dusty Krusty over here. He sees this guy and he's talking about how Donald Trump is kidnapping black and brown people, and how Donald Trump is making it impossible for anybody to live. What's that 14-year-old teenager supposed to think? He's thinking that everything is horrible out there, that there is no hope, that there is no American dream. He's only thinking that, oh, our president is just a Nazi dictator. So what should we do? We should take him out then, right? That's what they're thinking. That's how they get radicalized to this extreme, man. It's insane. TikTok should have been banned and done away with.
Arrested and charged these two men with conspiracy to commit murder, 24-year-old Brian Roa and 32-year-old Michael Thomas.
That's why you got to protect your kids, man. Protect them, but know the danger that's out there.
Both men. They say that they have screen grabs from one of the phones of an alleged plotter that features aerial photos and maps of locations in and around D.C. Authorities say there were discussions about where snipers should be placed and drones launched.
Just because we're done with Freedom 250 or that particular event doesn't mean we're going to stop. There are still suspects at large, and we're going to work it until everyone's been identified.
And Bill, at this hour, sources say there's no indication of a foreign nexus regarding this alleged plot that thankfully never materialized.
And I think that suspect's mom deserves a whole lot of credit here. It is.
Oh yeah, she does, absolutely.
Kid in.
Not at all.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, we as parents have to protect our kids when we see these bad actions. A lot of people nowadays, they see their kids going down the wrong direction and they affirm it. They tell them, I don't understand what you're doing, but it's okay because I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to tell you what. They don't want to be like what their parents did, right? Their parents told them, hey, you shouldn't do that. And then the kids realize that they don't like to be told what to do, right? They don't like to be told that they're doing something wrong. And so they grow up and they become adults and they say, well, I'm not going to tell my kid anything like that. I'm not going to hurt them mentally. I'm not going to hurt their mental health by telling them they're doing something bad and stupid or they're making bad decisions. I'm going to let them be them. I'm going to let them be free and I'm not going to hurt them. Man, fuck all that. Get the belt out. Start whooping that ass whenever they start getting out of line. Tell them they're making bad decisions. Tell them that they just did something and it's stupid. They stole a toy from one of their best friends or something like that. Tell them, man, hell no. You're going to go over there, get that shit back, and you're going to apologize. Like, be parents again, you know? We don't parent our kids anymore. This gentle parenting crap, that shit's got to go. That has created nothing but demons and monsters. It's created demons and monsters. You know, you need to put the fear back in them kids. You need to let them know that these actions have consequences. Yeah, I got my ass whooped too. I got my ass whooped too. And guess what? I'm not out there acting a fool. I don't even break the damn law. The most I do maybe is speed. Like the only law I'm ever afraid of breaking is a speeding ticket. And that's about it. You know, other than that, it's very, very simple, very easy to not break the law, guys. I don't know if y'all know that, but it's like the easiest thing in the world to not break the law. So, I mean, yeah, man, we need to bring parenting back. And that's why when JD Vance was on The View and he was talking about families again, that's what we need to be focused on, man. Reviving the nuclear family. But not just that, gender roles. The dad being a fucking man, protecting and providing for the family. The mom being a mother. Because now we tell women they can do it all. They could be the man and they could be the mom and the wife. Oh, well, you know, toss the wife part out. That's too much. You asking way too much now. And no fault divorce. Get rid of that shit. Get rid of feminism, repeal the 19th, and we done. We can fix this real quick. But does anyone got the balls to do it? Absolutely not. You're never going to see Congress come together and discuss repealing the 19th. That shit is not going to happen. I'll tell you that right now. And I love that my conservative women vote on our side. I love that, right? But guess what? Y'all are way outnumbered. There's way more liberal women out there voting than conservative women ever have. It's just, if you repeal the 19th, you essentially take away all the power from the left. You take away all the power from the left. But are women willing to sacrifice their vote? Absolutely not. They're not ready to sacrifice their vote and put the trust back in men's hands. Because right now, if we just kept it to where only men voted, yeah. Republican, conservative men, we would wash the left. We would absolutely wash the left. It wouldn't even be close. We'd be flipping California tomorrow. We'd be flipping Portland, Oregon. Man, we'd be flipping all these fucking states right now. We'd have this bitch red across the board. That's the real red wave. But is it ever going to happen? Absolutely not. Unfortunately, no. As a matter of fact, when I was talking about repealing the 19th last year, I had a lot of y'all in the chat, a lot of you ladies in the chat said, I ain't giving up my vote. Arturo, you're wrong about that. Cindy, do you remember that? Because I think you were here I'm pretty sure you were here when I was talking about that a year and a half ago. I was talking about the repealing the 19th, and y'all were tearing me up in the chat. Y'all said, you stupid. Ain't no way I'm going to give up my vote. But guess what? Now that time has gone on and I've talked to y'all about it and made you kind of think about it a little bit more, what happened? Nobody's tearing me up in the chat anymore. Now you are thinking, you know what? That does sound kind of good. Sacrificing your vote to secure a victory every single time? Think about that. You do remember that? Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Cindy. I love you, Cindy. You've been here every day, every single live stream. You've been with me from the very beginning. I love Cindy. I love her so much. She's my work wife. Yeah, no, Cindy, you didn't. You stuck by me. I remember that. But you remember the other women in the chat. They were telling me, you ain't I ain't giving up my vote. Fuck all that. But, and I wish it wasn't that way. I wish it wasn't that way to where the female vote is completely owned by the left, right? If there was a little bit of evenness to it, and there was a chance that conservative women could be heard, then I would be fine with them voting. But if you look at the way we vote in this country, the women vote left 100% of the time. Or I mean, the left women that do vote win 100% of the time. It's never conservatives women came up and washed the left. That never happens. Has never happened in decades, if it ever happened at all. Probably never happened at all. So, yeah, it's a let them cook, man. Let them cook. But again, it's not that I want to take women's vote away because I think women are bad or anything like that. It's just that we vote to win. And if the strategy to win would just be to repeal the 19th and to guarantee that only conservative men won the the elections would go to the men and conservative men would absolutely demolish the left, man, we would smoke them easy. We'd smoke the hell out of them. So I'm just saying, I'm thinking of the strategic aspect of it, not the women losing things or women losing rights or anything like that. Again, it's just, do you want to win or not? Right? Do you want to win, or do you want to sit here and let the left walk all over us with their cheating, which is exactly what they do. Illegal immigrants vote for them. Leftist, white liberal women, which are, by the way, if you didn't notice, white liberal women are running Antifa. They're running the left. We could remove all their power just like that. But we're never going to see it happen. You can forget it. That's a great strategy. It'd be awesome, but it's never going to happen. What? I'm just done with all this racism and hatred. All you Democrats try to flip the strip, point fingers at others, and cannot take accountability. That's why I will never vote for any Democrat. Absolutely. I thought you were talking about me for a minute. Don't forget that they pay homeless people to vote. Oh yeah, especially in LA, man. That's the thing over there. They're over there paying the left to vote like crazy. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. Let me read these super chats. Tyad Wolf, thank you for the star. Appreciate you. Dill Pickle Jar, thank you for the gold coin. Spooky season always with the $2. That's a rough 19. That's a rough 19, y'all. That shit rough. What do I tell you guys about your hair? Like, look, if it's this bad, it just let it go. If you're losing the hair and this is what you're stuck with, just let it go. Okay? He lost all his hair. I started losing my hair in middle school. Or at least it was like really thin on top, right? And so I grew my hair out and it didn't look right. So when high school rolled around, I said to hell with it. I just got rid of my hair. And now I look great. Now I look fantastic. But if you're holding on to your balding hair, bro, you age like 20, 30 years. Just let it go. Get rid of it. Some dudes are out here, man, looking a disaster zone because they don't know how to groom themselves. Their father wasn't there. Father never taught them nothing. Their father never taught them how to shave their beard, how to shave their head, or what to even do with their hair. They don't even know how to clean their ears. They don't even know how to clean under their nails, clip their own fingernail. They don't know none of that. James Anest, or James Anest, thank you for the $5. How old were the members of the Symbionese Liberation Army? I have no idea. Construction of Soul, thank you for the star. Amor, thank you for the chili. Yeah. What'd you say? If I have long hair? I did at one time. If you look 50 at 19 and a Neanderthal, count your losses. Yeah, no, I did have long hair for a while. Did I turn my light on? I didn't turn my light on. I did have long hair for a while, but I was just struggling. I was very young. You know, I don't remember how old I was, but I was very young in middle school, and I had long hair for a while when I was in elementary school, and then in middle school I started losing it at the top. It was just getting thinned out, and I was like, oh man, I don't know what to do. And as a young kid, it was very hard to deal with because I didn't know what I was supposed to do, you know? I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I was like, man, I want my fucking hair, and I was in a metal band at the time, and I wanted to whip my hair around. And the guys I looked up to, the drummers, I was looking at Slipknot, the band Slipknot. They all had long hair. Joey Jordison, Mark Mark Thompson. They all had long hair, and I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I want to whip my hair around like that. But just couldn't do it, man. At high school, I cut my hair shorter, and that worked for a little while. But as soon as I graduated high school, I just got rid of it. I've had a bald head ever since. I said to hell with it, man. Should I static exit? I could have done that. Could have done some dumbass hair like that, just to straight up hide the dome up here and just put the hair straight up. Joey Jordison is the best, man. He was my favorite drummer of all time. He was my idol for such a long time. It's very unfortunate that he's no longer with us at such a young age. But I idolize Joey, man. He's definitely, hands down, he's my number one favorite drummer of all time. Dill Pickle Jar, thank you for the star. Angela, thank you for the star. Neil Peart. Yeah, Neil Peart's great, but there was something, it was Joey's character. It was his personality, his character. It was everything he was as a person that I loved. The fact that he was like the mastermind behind the band too. And me and my friend, you know, we were idolizing Slipknot too, and we kind of looked at ourselves just like we were Joey and Mick and all of them and all that good stuff. But you know, you can go to my YouTube channel right now. There's still a video of me playing guitar from a couple years ago. And I can't wait. When I get my new studio, I'm going to buy a whole new drum set and put it over there. I still got my drums over here too, but they're all put up. They're all stacked up. What? Arturo, may I suggest a mix of organic castor oil, 30 milliliters to 10 drops, rosemary oil, massage 10 minutes, warm wet rag, put on for 30 minutes 2 times a day? For what? To try to grow my hair back? What is that supposed to do? Is that supposed to make my head smoother? Yeah, what the hell happened to Slipknot, man? I just try to remember them back the way they were back in the day. Eloy Casagrande, oh, he is an absolute monster. Absolute beast, man. He's probably one of the best drummers on earth right now. Yeah, were you talking about same? You started going bald early. My wife said shave that shit. I did, and I love it. Yeah, man. Once you get rid of it and you no longer have that, you know, you no longer have this going on here. This dusty, crusty look right here. Like, once you get rid of that, your confidence skyrockets. You fit in with everybody again. Because when your hair's like this, you stick out. Everyone's looking at you like, ew, what does he do? I bet he I bet he impregnates his socks. Yeah, he probably does. I'm not saying I did that, okay? I'm not never touched a sock in the wrong way.
I'm gonna come.
I'm just saying that about him. But I'm sure people looked at me and said the same thing. Ew, I bet he touches his socks.
I'm gonna come.
What? That's why I tell you guys, man, just get rid of it. Take care of the beard. Let the beard do the work. Let the beard do the work, man. Grill some bacon on that beard.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
So wait till it's gray. It's getting there, man. I'm only 35 and I'm already growing gray hairs. What the hell? I do the Just for Men's and I dye it black sometimes, which I'm probably gonna do tomorrow. The guy's forehead is set to wide aspect ratio. He's widescreen, 4K widescreen over here. Would Alex Rosen be able to get info from him? Probably. Isn't Alex Rosen balding too? He kind of looks like Alex Rosen a little bit. Just a little bit. Although Alex Rosen, he wears some tight shirts, man. He wears some really tight shirts and some really short shorts. Kinda. I don't know. If that's the way Alex wants to roll, good for him. He does some really, really good work. Very important work, by the way. And so he could pretty much do whatever the fuck he wants. I don't really care as long as he keeps doing what he's doing. Bro's got the reverse Hitler stash. Package delivered. What is this? Like 10 o'clock at night. What package? Oh, whoa. I wish I could show y'all this on the screen. That was weird. It was just a bug on my Ring camera outside. Just a fucking bug. I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens. Just a bug like bumps into it and it's like, person detected, house on fire, call 911. Ridiculous. It's just a damn bug. You save a fortune on hair care products and barber trips. Oh yeah. I still go to my barber just to have him do the beard, but I think I'm going to start just doing my own beard again. I like the way he does it, but sometimes he does it way too short. And now I think I'm just going to start doing it myself again. Sometimes though, I'll hit it wrong and I'll do it unevenly. I'm like, damn it. Then you got to grow it back out to make it all work right. Good times though, man. I gotta mow my lawn tomorrow. I gotta do all this yard work tomorrow. Hubby does his own beard. Well, good. Good. I'm very, very happy your husband does his own beard. I was doing my own beard for like what, the past 15, 20 years or whatever, 30 years. I've only shaved my beard off completely one time, and my wife told me you're never gonna do that ever again. She's like, I don't even recognize you. I don't know who you are. Get my husband back. You said, I wish I could do my beard. It's not that bad. I looked up YouTube videos about it to do it right. You know, to how to angle it and what to look for and all that stuff. What? You said, no, sir, my facial hair goes nowhere, non-negotiable. Oh, you mean like you're not going to shave it all off? I had to do it one time because I got a job as a security guard. And yeah, they required you to have no beard, no facial hair. I was like, all right, let me go for it. And then I didn't even, I did the whole class and everything. I got all signed up for it. But because I had got pulled over in Oklahoma one year, and I had weed on me, I got a misdemeanor for that. And just because of that, they didn't want to hire me as a security guard. So I went through the whole process. I did the classes and everything. They said, you're going to be stationed at this mall or whatever. I was like, okay. And then they called me up and they said, hey, wait a minute. We got to talk to you, buddy. You were smoking weed at the WinStar Casino in Oklahoma. And I said, absolutely. I mean, no, I wasn't doing that. And I'm sitting there with clean shaven, no beard. Damn. I didn't even get the damn job, but I had already shaven. It was a mess. You did the weed? Yeah, I used to smoke weed. I smoked weed religiously. Or I guess addictive. I don't know how to put it. I was addicted. We'll say that much. I was addicted to the marijuanas. Had to wake up and smoke it. Smoke right after I smoked it. Smoked it some more. Ate. Always had to smoke before I ate. Smoke after I ate. Before I did anything, I had to smoke. I had to smoke. Before I did anything, I had to smoke 24/7. Never put it down. Got to the point where it was controlling my life. And then my son was born. And then I saw that it was really affecting our family, you know. I was putting weed before my family. And that was terrible. That was really bad. So I just cold turkeyed it. I said, man, I'm stupid. I'm being dumb. I'm being a child while I have a kid that is freshly born. I had a shitty job working at a hotel as a hotel engineer, a maintenance engineer. And I wasn't focused, man. That was when I hit the age of 30. My son was born 2020. And I just had to wake up. I had to grow up real fast. And I did. Everything changed after that. And when I put the weed down, it's like my brain finished developing or something. Because my whole brain, everything changed. My whole mindset changed. The way I see the world, the way I view things, it all changed. So yeah, it was actually a really good job being a hotel engineer. It was actually a really good job. I was paying I think I was getting paid $17 an hour. But then I got a job working from home. I got a job working from home after that. And I was telling myself, man, because I just quit smoking. And then I got the dream job of being at home and then being able to smoke while I'm fucking working at home. It was like a dream come true. But I had already put the weed down. And I was telling myself, oh, this would be so awesome if I could just clock in the morning, light up, smoking and getting paid, get on the meetings, you know, just wearing my boxers and a t-shirt. But no, I changed. I changed my whole life, my whole outlook on life. Everything changed. And thank God it did. Because I probably would have lost my wife back then. You know, I was a bum. I had to pick it up. Had to grow some balls and get to it, get to work. A lot of guys, they miss that opportunity around 30, you know, and then they stay a permanent bum for the rest of their lives. I think there's a critical point around the age of 30 to 35 where if you don't make that choice to grow up, to change, and to really turn into a real man, and you miss the boat, you're going to miss it forever. If you didn't change from a bum to a man at the age of 30 or around the age of 30, nah, man, you're a bum for the rest of your life. And then once you're like 40 and you're a bum still, which there's a lot of y'all motherfuckers out there, dusty, crusty, 40-year-old bums asking, hey man, let me borrow $5. Man, shut up. You need to take your ass to work. You know? And if you're 40 and you're a bum and you ain't got your life figured out by 40, you ain't got your retirement planned out and you're not chasing it, you're not chasing generational wealth by 40, you can forget it. You're fucked. You're fucked. You can just forget it. So what? Man, you're talking crap about people who are living in the United States, the home of the free. Give me $5, and then I didn't say let me borrow nothing. Give me $5, then I didn't say let me borrow nothing. I don't know what that sentence means. And oh man. You know what's crazy, y'all? My wife was craving She was craving Wendy's breakfast, right? We used to get Wendy's breakfast when we lived at our apartment a couple years ago. And there's one Wendy's around our area, and it's like 30 minutes away. And they had breakfast there. So a while back, we were able to get it. And then the other day, she was like, oh, I want Wendy's breakfast. So we got up early. We dropped our son off at school. We went down there, and they had changed the hours. They had changed the hours of when it opens. And they basically opened after breakfast hours. And so she was like, oh, man, that sucks. And then she just texted me right now. She said they closed the Wendy's over there in Sulphur Springs. And now she'll never get her Wendy's breakfast. Oh, my God. I used to work at Wendy's a long time ago, man. When I was 21, I used to work at Wendy's. I think I was 21. I was like my 20s, early 20s. That picture's making you go blind. I'm sorry, y'all.
Hit and run mission.
I'm sorry. I'll give you a good picture to look at. There you go. There's a good picture for you. Yeah, I used to work at Wendy's when I was younger. And man, I ate so many fucking chicken nuggets. Let me tell you, man. But I was skinny back then. I was really skinny back then because I'd walk to work. And I'd walk all to my friends. I'd walk everywhere. I'd walk all the time, every day. I was always on my feet, moving around. But my apartment was right across the street from the Wendy's. And make it leave, get rid of the creature. Hell, I'll just do this. Shut up. But no, I used to eat so many damn fries and burgers. What I would do is whip up a cheeseburger real quick. You know, the little junior cheeseburgers. Just get the bread, a piece of meat, some cheese, slap it together. I would eat it in 2 bites. Vacuum it up. And then I'd put nuggets down whenever someone orders nuggets. Hell yeah, I'd eat the profit. That was my way of fighting capitalism back in the day, right? And I remember dumping the nuggets and always setting a couple over for myself. Always. Dump the nuggets in there, fry them, dump some out. They're like, why you put so many down? I mean, don't worry about it, man. I was stoned as hell every day. One day I took a blunt to work. I took a blunt to work at Wendy's, and some of the girls that were working there, they had never smoked before. And, you know, they liked me, and they were like, hey, Arturo, I want to smoke with you. So we went by the dumpster. I smoked them out. I let them smoke it. And they were so lost. They didn't know what the hell to do. They didn't know what the fuck to do. They couldn't take the orders. The manager's looking at me like, what did you do? What the hell did you do to them? They're wandering around. It was 2 girls and 1 other guy. Me and the other guy, we could handle the weed, but the 2 girls, they were out of it. One was taking orders. And the first car that pulled up, she was like, oh, what do you want? And then she's like, oh, where's that on the screen? She didn't know what the fuck was going on. So I had to take her thing over for her. I took the thing and I was taking the orders for her. And then I was running back to the grill because I was working like the burgers or something, or the fries, whatever it was. And then the manager, she knew I was the one that brought the weed and smoked them out because everyone knew that I was the guy smoking. And the manager's looking at me. She's like, oh, no. She gave me her headset. She said, no, you're going to deal with this shit now. I said, oh, what the So it's just me and 1 other guy. The manager's pissed off at me. She goes in the dining room, takes her phone out. She's just like, whatever. I'm done. I'm not going to fuck with y'all. You're going to have to deal with this on your own. You made this problem. You're going to fix it. And then me and this other dude were scrambling, taking orders, dropping fries, making the sandwiches. These other 2 girls are in the back with the dishes, like where that dish area is. And they're just laughing and they're having a good time. One of them fell on the floor and they're just laughing, like going crazy laughing. and we're over here struggling. And of course, when that happened, we got a huge rush of cars. And I remember that. And I'm thinking, like, now when I go to a fast food place and I see all these cars stacked up and everyone's acting a fool and your order sucks, it's all bad and everything like that, I'm like, I wonder if they're doing the same shit I used to do back in the day. Did I get in trouble for that? No. Me and that dude, we handled it, man. We handled the whole thing. I was taking orders. We were getting the fries out. I remember, too, just getting the whole bag of fries and just dumping a whole bag in all the baskets. And we just dumped it. He was putting all sorts of burgers down. Like, we were just like, fuck it. We just threw all the food down that we could. And we were just ready. We held that shit down. And then we went and finished the blunt right after that. Oh, it was fucking great. It was awesome. And those two girls, they were stoned. The manager tried to send them home and they didn't even know how to clock out. I had to help them clock out too so they can go home. They couldn't drive, so they were just sitting in the parking lot for a while. To the point to where when I got out of work a couple hours later, they were still out there. One of them fell asleep in the car and the other one was just in the seat, I guess, looking at her phone or whatever. But it was a wild night, man. I'll never forget that shit. I was the worst employee on planet Earth, I'll tell you that. Good times, though. Good times, right? That's Wendy's for you. Oh, man. Oh, let me read these super chats. Construction of Soul, thank you for the star. William Adams, thank you for the 5. Watched you outside today. However, your sound effects are great. Oh, I love the sound effects. I know some people say he uses too much sound effects. I don't care. I'm sorry. Maybe I do, but oh well. There's many other streamers out there. I'm sure you're going to go find the perfect one that'll do everything you want them to do. Oh, my bad. I just dismissed that. Allison Locke, thank you for the $5. Said Haitian fraud in New England isn't being talked about enough. We'll try to look into it. Hold on. My bad. Construction of Soul, thank you for the chili. I don't know if I even call that out or not, but yeah, I got her high and then I had to do her job for her. Damn. Simping out, man. Simping out. Oh, you know who? Hold on. I'm going to show y'all a story real quick before we call it a night.
Siblings Isaac and Jocelyn were on their way to...
Okay, one more story for the night, all right? Let's go ahead and get to it. By the way, did y'all enjoy the show today? If you did, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Jalen, thank you for the $10. He said, Arturo, you're fired. Love the sound effects. Thank you, Jalen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to get some more sound effects going, too. Dill Pickle Jar, thank you for the chili. So we got 2 immigrants that were just deported. First of all, they were detained on Saturday, just a few days ago. On Monday, they were already out of the country. When I hear this, I think this is fantastic. ICE is getting it, right? But guess what? The left wants you to think that they were kidnapped and they were illegally shipped out of the country. And this woman, well, her boyfriend isn't too happy about it either. Let's talk about it.
Siblings Isaac and Jocelyn were on their way to get food when they were arrested by ICE on Saturday. Now, their deportation is more than just about family separation.
Once they were detained, they were brought here.
Outside the ICE field office in Tacoma, a group gathered to protest the detention and deportation of 17-year-old Isaac and 21-year-old Jocelyn.
I am extremely emotional.
Less than 48 hours after their arrest, Jocelyn's boyfriend, Rochelle, received a startling call.
She's just telling me that she loves me and she's okay and that she is back in Honduras, at least safely.
Immigrant advocacy groups say the family was working to get medical care for Isaac, who is a 2-time cancer survivor and an amputee.
Isn't that always the case? They're just here to get better lives. They're just here to get better care, health care they couldn't get in their other country. Well, I thought the healthcare here was terrible. I thought our healthcare system was all fucked up. Why would you want to come here? I thought it was terrible. Y'all keep saying it's awful. It's terrible. You can't get any health care unless you're rich, right? Well, they came here illegally and they immediately got shipped up out of here immediately.
That is why they were in this country. But instead,
oh yes,
they were forced into this building, and their parents literally had to contemplate turning themselves into ICE custody in order to see their kids.
The speed.
Wait. You're telling me their parents are here illegally as well? Why else would they turn themselves in? You think ICE is just going to allow you to turn yourself in if you were a legal citizen? So you mean to tell me, what is it? Is it that the parents are legal and that they were trying to turn themselves in so they could be another group of brown people arrested so they can go see their illegal alien kids in here? Or is it that the whole family is illegal and they all should be going anyways? Because only so far the 2 kids were shipped up out of here. We haven't heard anything about the parents yet.
Of this case is not unusual. Federal law allows some immigrants to be deported without ever seeing an immigration judge through a process called expedited removal. Latest data from January to March this year shows of the 827 deportations from the Seattle area, 38 individuals were deported using
Yes, let's get that number up. Let's get that number up. All right? Because, like I told you guys before, 3.5 million asylum cases are clogging up the judicial process over here for deporting illegals, right? You have to have these 700 immigration judges go through all these cases. It's going to take them a long time. I'm talking years to get through the asylum cases. And right now, Donald Trump, they're trying to figure out a way to do this in mass so we can just get them all done, right? We had a Democrat the other day crying, saying they're putting all these illegals into one courtroom and they're pushing all of them out and they're dismissing all of their asylum cases. Good. That's exactly how they should be handled. They should be dismissing all these asylum cases that were brought in thanks to the Biden administration, right? They're all sham cases anyways. We already know they're fraudulent. It was the way to circumvent the Constitution and to stuff these sanctuary cities full of illegals, right? And we should absolutely just dismiss every asylum case made under the Biden administration. We should just dismiss them all. Fuck it. Expedite every single one of them. Get them up out of here, right?
expedited removal.
This was from Valentine's Day.
For Trevor, who had discussed with Jocelyn about getting married, is now figuring out an international plan instead.
I still plan to honestly fly to Honduras and...
Oh my God, big dog. Big dog. Super simp of the century. Can we get a... Can y'all put some pregnant man emojis in the chat, please? First of all, dude, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, stop the press. We need to talk about this. This Hawaiian man over here is talking about getting married to an illegal immigrant. And she ain't even that bad. You know what I'm saying? She's just a normal average chick. I'm pretty sure you can go find you a good white girl that's a legal American citizen. I'm pretty sure you could find a good looking Mexican chick that is legal. Why do you have to go find an illegal immigrant? Right? And then she's talking about marrying. They're talking about getting married. Man, she's looking at you for that green card all day. She's trying to cash in her green card. Okay? She's trying to get that green card going, and this dude is just falling for it. Some of you guys out here are just so weak for the box. Y'all are so weak for pussy. Women be walking all over y'all. You'll do anything to get that, just a crumb, just a little bit of access. That way you're not pumping socks all day. Okay? Some of y'all will just bend over backwards. This dude's talking about, I'm gonna go to Honduras and get my girl. Bro, what are you gonna do? Bring her back? You gonna move to Honduras? You're gonna go through the immigration process to live in Honduras for her? Or y'all just gonna be phone fucking? What are y'all gonna be? I don't understand this dude's. If I was him, I would just be like, yeah, that sucks anyways. I would be done with it. I'd be like, oh yeah, babe, you got deported? Word? Okay, yeah. Well, you know, I wasn't really serious about the whole marriage thing. You know, I thought it would just be cool to have a chick at the house, you know what I'm saying? But you know, good luck. Good luck. Yeah, this fool got played. Dude, look at that. She don't even look. She's those kind of girls where he's like trying to kiss up on her, and she's like, like awkwardly dodging him and like trying. Don't kiss me. Ew, you're gross. But marry me so I can have my green card, and then I could divorce you or whatever they do. I don't know the whole process there, but yeah, man, super simp of the century. Look at it. This was posted on February 15th. It's got 12 likes, no comments. Got that green card locked. Got that green card on lock. She's over here talking about, yeah, got that green card locked in. I wonder if she even knew English. You know? Feliz San Valentin. Tu mi haces feliz. They ain't even got no damn food on the plates yet. They're just like, date night, let's go. And this dude over here, I mean, it was either my socks or them guts. One of them was gonna get toe up that night. Oh my God. You said that is a man? Nah, that's not a man. Stop it. That's just a, come on, y'all. She a little frumpy, but that don't mean nothing. That's a beautiful woman right there.
There you go.
That's a beautiful looking woman. You know? He was willing to risk it all though, wasn't he? So on a real note, do you not ask your wife, who's probably struggling to art and address, man, shut up, Dave Lee. Okay, if your girlfriend is struggling to speak English, do you not ask her if like she was born in the year? How does that conversation go? I wonder how that conversation goes. So, you know, we've been dating for like, you know, a month or so. I know your dad doesn't know English. Your mom doesn't know English. You kind of know English, right? Yeah. That's cool. So, you know, are you legal? Am I what? You know, I'm just saying, like, do I got to worry about ICE knocking on the door when I'm trying to put my kid to bed, or, you know, are they going to pull us over because you're the breadwinner and you're going to be the one with the driver's license and the registered car and all that? Like, do I got to worry about all that? You're a racist. Don't talk to me. Oh, come on, baby. Like, how does that conversation even go? How do you even approach that? That's not me. Where's the beard, man? Where's the beard? I'm just wondering, like, how does that conversation go? You know? How do you even get to that point? Why is her face a different color than her neck and her chest? Y'all see that? Anyway, it must be the makeup or something. I'm just wondering, how does that conversation go? Where do you go? Some people are asking right now, and there's actually a debate about this, guys. There's a debate about when should a trans woman, this is a man pretending to be a woman, when should that person tell the man that they're trans? Bro, if you can't tell from the first glance that creature in front of you is a trans woman, you got bigger problems. Okay, you got to be worrying, first of all,
Are you gay?
And second of all,
Why are you gay?
you got some bigger problems, buddy. If you listen, if it's got an apple, it's got a banana. if you cannot figure out that a person is transsexual by immediately seeing them, then there's some issues there. There's some pretty bad issues. Now, if you're looking at them online, I can understand because they got filters now. They got Photoshop and all that shit. I've seen literal dudes like use AI to create a female for their profile picture, right? So I understand that. But if you're looking at a trans woman in person, stop it, bro. Just stop it. You know they're trans. There's no trans person on earth that deceives anybody when you see them in person, right? Through a lens, through a camera, through filters, yeah, maybe. But when you look at them in person, when you hear the voice and it don't match up, stop it. You'll know right off the bat. Okay? You'll probably catch a whiff of that rot pocket too, which is some really that's some dirty work. But that's a part of the debate. So like, okay, so when is a trans woman supposed to tell this man that that she's trans or he's trans? Immediately, I would assume. Imagine like you're on 2 dates with a trans woman and then all of a sudden one day they say, by the way, my junk is bigger than yours. I don't know how that conversation goes either. And he's like, oh, well, good. I was hoping for that. But either way, so how does the conversation go for an illegal alien? You're dating a woman. She's struggling to speak English. She can't read the street signs. You know, you're a white dude. You've never been with a chick in your entire life. Here, let me go to him. You're a white dude. You've never been with a chick in your entire life. This is your chance. She's looking at you got that green card on lock. You got that green card. She want it. You know, it's an even trade. But when do you get to that point where you ask her, so what's your status? What's your status? You know, are you legal? Did you come here on a boat? Did you float here on a door? What was it? Do you have some goats somewhere? Do we have to worry about that? Is she even 18 years old? That's a good question. I don't know. Is he even 18? I mean, he definitely looks. Oh, that's a grown ass man. That's a grown dude. That's a grown dude, man. This guy shouldn't be worried about getting married to no illegal. He should be worried about working, building a life. Arturo, look how. Ah, shit.
Gotcha, bitch.
Arturo, look how long Obama been fooled. Yeah, he's been fooled quite a bit. To this day, we still don't really know. We can assume, but we don't know. Said that's a lazy dude? Probably. I wonder how old he is. Like, how old is he? How old is she? You know? She looks like she's not that old. Probably like 18, maybe 20 something. You know? And this dude looks like he's 30 something. She just went and got her a simp. Okay, she went and found the first simp that came running. And she said, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and lock this one down. We're gonna get that green card tonight. She's 23. Did they say that? I could believe that. 23, that looks right. But he definitely looks like he's in his 30s, maybe. Oh, Lord. This dude, though, has completely fallen victim to the box. So much so, he's talking about going to Honduras. Let's hear that one more time.
Is now figuring out an international plan instead.
I still plan to honestly fly to Honduras and in the future propose to her and then set up a second visit to do a ceremony in Honduras and then attempt to go through the legal system of getting her back here in a couple years.
We have reached out to...
Bro, it's not worth it, big dog. Look at all these pictures.
In the future propose to her and then...
January 1st. Look at her. She been loving up on this dude. Hold on, let me get a little closer here. Let me get a little closer. She been loving up on this dude, all up on him. Listen, I'm telling you, man, when they say I poppy, when they say that, it's over. It's a wrap. It's over. The moment they say that and they whisper that in your ear, and you say, oh my God, it's over. It's a wrap. She loving him. Look, there's the gay best friend. Doing little pucker lips, and he's like, oh, honey, you're so funny. Oh, there's their sushis. They love the sushi. There's another one of them awkward pictures. He wants to go in for the kiss, but she's like, he must not have a mother. Oh, I'm sure he only has a mother. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a dad. That's the problem. Look at him. Look at him. What's he doing? Streaming on Twitch? Like me? By the way, we're streaming on Twitch, man. We're streaming on Twitch. If you guys want to follow me on Twitch, y'all can hit that link pinned to the chat. Follow me over there. We're streaming first night on Twitch tonight. Probably moving forward, we'll be on Twitch. But man, oh my goodness, dude, don't crash out over her, man. This dude talking about going to Honduras. See, as a father, this is where the father would step in and say, son, you're not going to Honduras. No, no, son, no, you're not going to Honduras. You're going to say goodbye to her, and you're going to call it a night, and you're going to move on. You are not going to Honduras. This dude's talking about moving to Honduras, having a ceremony, coming back, starting the legal process to migrate over there. What? Bro. What the hell is he talking about? I'm gonna hear that one last time.
International plan instead.
I still plan to honestly fly to Honduras and in the future propose to her and then set up a second visit to do a ceremony in Honduras and then attempt to go through the legal system of getting her back here in a couple years.
We have reached.
Oh, he's trying to bring her back. So he's a volunteer green card giver. Okay, he's the green card daddy. He's a green card daddy. So he's like, don't worry, baby, I got you. That must be some premium box. I'm telling you. Listen, guys, there's no pussy in the world worth going through all this. Nope. Nope. All the women, they got it all stock. It's the same on every woman. It's the same thing. They all come stock. What about the character, though? What about the values? I'm sorry, but if she's an illegal immigrant, she's been deported, that box is not worth it, okay? It's time to call it a day and find you a new one. There's a beautiful white girl down the street, you know, that goes to church with her family every day, every Sunday, and she's waiting for you, big dog. Go get her. Go get her, man. Rot pockets don't count. I love you guys, man. I fucking love you guys. But that's going to do it for tonight, y'all. That is going to do it for tonight. I hope you enjoy the show. I enjoy the show. I'm loving it. I love it. I love it. I love being with you guys. I'm going to just try to wing this more, you know? I'm just going to try to do longer streams and talk to y'all and hang out with y'all and just do more stuff, you know? Make the channel better, make the content better. Yeah, we could talk about the news stories first, but I just love hanging out with y'all. I love you guys in the chat. I love my amor, my Jaylyn. I love Howard Fost. I see you over there. I love April. Right? I love Aunt Colleen. Got a lot of ladies in there. I got Dave Lee over here. Cindy, my girl Cindy, my work wife Cindy. Wolfgang, you said the first time you stream liking it so far. Hey man, come back tomorrow. We're gonna be here tomorrow. We're gonna be cooking it up tomorrow. All right, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Check out the videos, and we're just gonna get it, man. But I'm trying to change my way of talking about things. I don't think we need to be so serious all the time. Kind of like this story that we just talked about. It was a simple story, but I like to just have fun with it, right? So that's exactly what I did. Construction of Soul, thank you so much for the star. Thank you for all the stars today. Crystal, good to see you, Crystal. Thank you for the $2. Arturo, miss you all. Work kicking my butt. Good to see you. Hey, Crystal, we're here for you, girl. We are here for you. Crystal, again, with another 2, says, love USA, TDD family. Love you guys. We love you too, Crystal. Dill Pickle Jar, thank you for the gold coin. And Construction of Soul, thank you for another chili. That's going to do it, guys. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all enjoy the outro. Follow me on Twitch. Follow me on X. Follow me on Rumble if you guys prefer those platforms. I love y'all. I will see you guys tomorrow, man. Y'all take it easy.
Somebody once asked Donald Trump, how do you handle being at the center of all of this media attention, the whirlwind around you? How do you weather the storm? And he looked up and he said, I am the storm. I am the storm.